don't change your event without contacting your biggest fans. I'm holding up the most powerful fundraising tool that you have. Pick up the phone and let people know what's going on so they can be prepared to give. Do always remember to tell folks that you appreciate them. If it's a supporter, and if you don't know what to say thank you. Hey everybody, Trevor Nelson here. Hey, I wanted to take some time and do a segment that I'm calling T's, Do's, and Don'ts. We are in so many events and we're getting so much cool feedback about what to do. We're also getting some cautionary tales of what not to do. So do's and don'ts. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you, probably every week, as a matter of fact, not necessarily going over do's and don'ts, but talking fundraising, event fundraising specifically, and then getting down other topics as well. Happy to do it with y'all. Crank up your posture for this one because I think it's going to be good. I'm also going to share a personal do and don't, as a matter of fact, something I don't normally do. Here we go. Thanks everybody so much for tuning in. Lot of events, a lot of feedback. It's fall. So, we'll be in probably 2,000 events by the end of the year. So like I said, tons of data, tons of feedback. What I noticed, the first do and don't that I have for you actually came from I have a 7-year-old, my daughter's Catholic school. So here you go. Don't do this. Don't change the date, the season of your biggest fundraiser. Don't change the season and forget to call your sponsors. So we have a fundraiser every spring for my daughter's Catholic school. We've been involved. My wife and I are, on the committee, so to speak, helping out and what have you. And they change the fundraiser to the fall, which is totally okay. You have a right to change your fundraiser and, do it whenever you want. You can host your auction whenever you want, as a matter of fact. More power to you. However, they just brought to our attention that they've been calling sponsors, and the sponsors have been going and telling them, hey, we don't have a budget for this, so we can't sponsor your event in November like we do every year in the spring. We can't sponsor your event. So just a cautionary tale. Don't change your event without contacting your biggest fans. So don't change your event and forget to contact your biggest fans, your sponsors, supporters. Make sure that you promote this immediately when you change your date and find out. So do keep people in the mix. Don't forget to talk about when your event's going to be, if it's going to change. Hey, it could be like a really cool rebrand. There's a number of different ways to do this, but I'm going to say this, and for folks that are just listening and not watching, I'm holding up the most powerful fundraising tool that you have. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and let people know what's going on so they can be prepared to give. If you do a rebrand, hey, we're doing a new date. It's going to be at a new venue. All these great things that could be worth more, for instance, as far as a sponsorship opportunity. And, you've heard us talk about sponsorships and underwriting, how there's such a huge and important piece of pre-event fundraising, of event fundraising in general, because you get so much traction from getting money in the door. So do make sure that you pick up the phone and communicate with folks if you're making changes with your event. Folks get routine driven and oriented with their giving, and when they're, used to giving it to your organization or your child's school, for instance, or what have you. So don't neglect picking up the phone and communicating with folks if you're making any serious changes to the date of your event, the venue, anything under the sun, the size of it, all that good stuff. You can brand it as new and exciting. So do make sure that you communicate with folks when you make any changes. They're your biggest fans, they're your biggest supporters. They deserve it. I know it slips. I'm not demeaning anyone for not doing their job. It's very volunteer driven at the school, but I know this will resonate with a lot of folks listening who are facing the same challenges. So once again, pick up the phone, make sure that you're communicating with folks when you make changes. Another do and don't. Don't neglect pre-event fundraising, okay? And like I just mentioned about sponsorships and underwriting, don't neglect pre-event fundraising. One of the greatest ways that you can do that is the golden ticket. If you don't know what the golden ticket is, or you're not using the golden ticket strategy, you're crazy. Kidding. If you're not using the golden ticket strategy, do us a favor. Go to HGAfundraising.com. Our website will be in the show notes. Email me directly, Trevor@HGAfundraising.com. I can show you how to use a golden ticket. I can show you how to use donation items like jewelry or concert tickets as golden ticket strategies. And it's such a lovely way to get pre-event dollars in the door. Everyone wants to be a part of a winner when it comes to these events. And when you get money in the door and show folks, hey, we've already got this much raised so far, fantastic. And it motivates folks, gets folks very, very excited. Reach out to me. Hey, shoot me a connection on LinkedIn or what have you, or a DM on LinkedIn about the golden ticket if you like. We're very, very prolific and proactive about the golden ticket, and it allows us to get dollars in the door. We had a friend come on the podcast recently, Brittany Pilcher, who sold 100 tickets, the golden ticket, sold 100 tickets for $100 and raised $10,000 72 hours before the event even started. So think about that. Do raise money pre-event. Don't forget to use strategies like the golden ticket. And that will segue nicely into my next do's and don'ts. If you're using a golden ticket, for instance, don't forget to open it up for purchase pre-event, say we recommend 2, 3, even 4 weeks out. So don't neglect bringing money in the door with a golden ticket strategy. Also, for instance, just auction items in general. Show folks what you have. Get folks prepared. A prepared bidder is a higher bidder. And also, especially when it comes to like HGA trips and experiences, for instance, or any trip or experience or, what have you, that you're going to have at your event on your online silent auction, vacation station, live auction, all the above, it gives your audience, your donors, your supporters, the ability to, I like to say, it kind of gets them in the mode of like they're packing their bags, right? They're already, if you show folks what's going to be in your live auction, once again, I'm not a big believer in surprises in the first place. If you're showing folks there's going to be this great experience to Cabo or Tuscany or what have you, or vacation home in Florida that's donated, show folks the opportunity they're going to have to bid on that item or items at your event. And that way they can figuratively start packing their bags and prepare them to bid. Y'all have auction software. If you're not using auction software, that's a different conversation for a different day. But you have all of these advents, all these promotional tools at your ready where you can show folks what's going to be at your event. You can show folks that aren't even going to be able to attend, what they can bid on at the event. And like I said, I think we are big believers in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks out, for instance, to showcase the opportunities that will be at your event. So don't neglect the ability that you have to promote really cool auction items and what you're doing at your event, pre-event. That's the world that we're living in. The attention is on the phone anyway. You can text these things, email these things. They're shareable. You can put them on social. There's a virality piece when they're shared as well. So make sure that you do promote items and what have you pre-event. And that way you can kind of stoke the fire, so to speak, for bidding come the night of. Okay. So another do and don't there. The personal one, I appreciate Andrew for nudging me on our team, for nudging me to share a little bit more. I've got a do and don't for you. And this is a personal do and don't that I've kind of like solidified over time, and I'm getting way more deliberate with, but I actually think this could bleed into your fundraising world, lend itself to your fundraising world and your professional life as well. Did you know that 83% of you watching this episode right now haven't subscribed? Do us a favor. If these episodes mean anything to you and you would like to get updates every time we drop a new show, hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to the Hey Nonprofits team. Now, back to the episode. So the personal do and don't is, do always remember to tell folks that you appreciate them. Do always remember to tell folks that you appreciate them. If it's someone very, very close to you, don't neglect. I know that sounds really, really simple, but no news is not good news. And I use my own life as an example. I've absolutely hit the jackpot with people in my life. My wife, my children, my family, my friends, our team at HGA, my best friend and business partner, Jason, and I don't neglect it, but I don't do it often enough. So this is a friendly reminder to do make sure that you pick up the phone. If you're thinking about somebody, text them, call them, send them a video message. If it's once again, the professional side, if it's a supporter and they did something, you know, no news, like I said, is not good news. And if you don't know what to say thank you. If it's someone really close, you can say, I love you. And I appreciate you. And I'm so grateful for you and all those things. So do not forget to do this and make sure that you're reaching out to people to tell them how much you appreciate them. That will not do you wrong. I know it sounds super simple, but here's a friendly reminder from your friend Trevor to do make sure that you reach out. My personal don't is don't subject yourself to a bad hang. If you know me, I'm social and I really, really enjoy interactions. I enjoy being around people that I enjoy. And I've become exceptionally choosy about my interactions. And this is, of course, this is bled in my business life as well. But frankly, I'm allergic to a bad hang. And I don't think that we need to be spending time with people that don't make us feel charged up when we leave. And I know you all know what I'm talking about. So don't subject yourself, to a bad hang. Don't neglect your filter that you have. You can say no. That's a gift that you can learn over time to say no gracefully to interactions. I've been on this earth now for 45 years. My gut is getting really good. My filter is getting really good about like people that I do want to do business with and people that I do want to hang out with and interactions that I crave and meetings that I really, really enjoy and get a lot out of. And that's not being self-serving. That's recognizing what fills my cup and what gets me excited to talk about fundraising and it gets me excited to, hang out with the fam and friends and what have you. Sorry, Andrew, I'm rambling. But yeah, just a friendly reminder. It's something I'm getting really, really deliberate about. I am allergic to a bad hang. So don't neglect your filter that tells you that you should probably step aside from this interaction or, this meeting or what have you, or someone's not going to make you feel good about things. So that's my personal do and don't. Hey, a little bit about what I got going on. It's fall, so I got a 7-year-old playing soccer. So we got some. I know a lot of y'all are probably doing the same thing this weekend. We got a big soccer match, so that's really fun. Playing soccer for the first season. Looking forward to that. And then I got some training to do. I ripped off the Band-Aid and signed up for this crazy 20-mile mountain trail race that's coming up next week. And I'll be able to give you all a full race recap. I don't do a lot of 20-mile races anymore, but I'm looking forward to it. Been training for it. So got to get a couple more good training sessions in before race day. And I'm going to do that this weekend as well and fit that in. And anyway, 49ers are playing this weekend, so we'll watch that. So all the best to everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you listening. Do us a favor. If you could share this with anyone in your fundraising network, do so if they get any value out of it. Hope you did as well. We're super prolific, as mentioned, on LinkedIn and enjoying that. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Give us a hello, the Hey Nonprofits LinkedIn page, me personally, or HGA Fundraising. And we will see you all on the next show. Thanks so much for tuning in.